It's the start of a new season in the Farah Palmer Cup, and we're at the new look gully ground at New Plymouth Boys High School for this opening round championship match between the Taranaki Field and the Northland Cody. Both of these teams struggled to pick up a win in last year's competition, but with a mixture of experienced players returning and the new generation coming through, coupled with new coaches, both teams will be looking forward to kick-starting their campaign with positive intent. Kia ora koutou katoa, Will Johnston with the call this afternoon across our NZR Plus channels. And joining me in commentary is Kevin Doherty. And Kevin, the start of a new season is always exciting, isn't it?
It is, especially for some of these ladies who will be on debut today, their first taste of representative rugby, so it's an exciting occasion for them, and they've got a brilliant ground to play on. I just noticed the hoses that are on at the moment, sprinklers watering the field, so that's something different.
Yeah, purely artificial here, and it's been modernised over the last couple of months, particularly over the summer, and it looks an absolute picture. And we'll have a look at the weather conditions today. As you can see from the water, the wind from the south is blowing a gale, probably a little bit stronger than 26 to be fair, and certainly that right-hand side of the field will be probably getting a lot of the ball, and only 11 degrees, and a bit of snow on the ranges this morning as well.
Yeah, a lot more than yesterday, that's for sure. Yeah. And people, believe me, it is cold.
It is pretty chilly today, but with this artificial surface, no worries about the conditions, underfoot conditions at all. And we were talking pre-game, there is like a sawdust chip on the ground too that sort of just flattens things out a little bit and provides a bit of grip.
Yeah, and you'll notice there's also markings for soccer on this ground. It's a multi-use ground now, and Will, I believe you've refereed a couple of games here, and how have you found running on it? Is it be...
Not too bad at all, to be fair. It's like a brush, running on a brush.
Yeah.
So, but the players can, get a few grazes and things like that as well, and but when it flattens out, it should be okay, I think. Yeah.
Gone are the days of playing in the mud.
Absolutely. Well, we'll take a look at the two teams heading into today's game, as it's a good shot of the artificial surface. And Taranaki had to make a late change to their coaching lineup. Former Francis Douglas Memorial College first 15 coach, now principal, Tim Stuck, replaced Ben Safleet only a couple of weeks ago. He's picked a team which includes 6 starting debutantes, with 1 featured in the forwards. Ashley Otene joins Tanginai Latu and Michelle Hurley in the front row. Grace Bruff, who made the squad last year, will play her first game today, along with Libby Francis on the side of the scrum. And Pariaki O'Brien is the most experienced player in the full pack and will captain the side from blindside flanker. To the backs, and Portia Huffman is back for another year, and she will give debutant Rosie Moffat plenty of ball today. Moffat is one of Tukoppa's best players in the club competition, and it's a new look back three with Taranaki's Savannah Leathers, Hayley Coogan and Rocky Robinson all set to make their debuts this afternoon. And plenty of experience on the bench too. Nat Hopapa, Mediana Anderson, Catherine Butler and Brooke Nielsen, all having played more than 10 games. Debutants are Caitlin Hunger, Phoenix Fraser and Kaida Katani, and this will be Danica Northcott Weherua's first game for the field since 2022. And Northland is under new management, with former Blackfern Jana Vaughan taking the reins this season, and she has plenty of experience to choose from this afternoon, with a strong front row which includes Trisha Vaka in her 30th match for the Cody today, alongside Wiki Tora Rogers and Credence Brown. Lila Blue Papara will make her debut at lock today, with Tidai Elia Nora Maka and captain Hikitai Wakaria not shy of FPC rugby. The backline is stacked with experience, with Holly O'Sullivan, Tamara Leaf, Stacey Tupe and Tyler Nankerville all having played more than 15 games. Zandra Patrick Motu will make her debut on the wing after some impressive performances in club rugby. And to the bench, and Northland will utilise the experience of 14-capped Blackfern Crystal Murray, Tuida Stowers and Meli Suasuiua. Bailey Nankerville and Marimino Kapo will earn their first caps via the Pine if required later in the match. And they are the two teams ready to make their way out onto the gully very shortly. And Kevin, some new faces but also some experience at both teams as well.
There is, and it's always a good mix to have experience with some youth. The youth will give you plenty of enthusiasm because they'll be very excited, get their first game under their belts, and the old heads there will be looking after them, try and guide them along the way, and hopefully they all enjoy the experience.
And both teams, of course, are having new coaches as well, so they would have got to grips with setting culture and introducing themselves to the players.
And interesting, Tim Stuck, who's just been brought in the last few weeks for the Taranaki team, is, as you said before, principal of Francis Douglas, a slight change from his day job of looking after young boys all day. Now he's looking after the young ladies. So that would be an interesting contrast, I'm sure.
Yeah, had him on the radio this morning actually to talk about this, and he likes to introduce a style of ruck and run, moving the ball and staying out of the rucks too.
That sounds like a typical back to me, doesn't it?
Northland have made their way out onto the gully, led out by their captain, Hikitaya Wikaira, and she has played 23 matches for the Northland Cody, and lining up on the 10-metre line as the Taranaki field making their way out onto the field as well. Pariake O'Brien, the captain, wearing the number 6 jersey today, and followed out by the rest of the players, and a proud moment for those debutants as well. So both teams will be lining up on the 10-metre line because we will pay tribute to Dan Nanako, who tragically died after a coward's punch outside the Tūkapa Rugby Club last week. The Nanako whānau are a respected Tūkapa family, and Dan, a former colleague of mine, was farewelled this morning. May the angels lead you into paradise, Dan. And Northland Cody now will mark the occasion with a haka. First haka of the season. And this crowd here at the Galley Ground applaud the haka from the Northland Cody, led by their captain, Wikaira. And certainly this ground used to hakas, particularly with boys high doing it.
That was impressive by those ladies. Then surely that will give them motivation. You couldn't but help be motivated by that, could you?
Always shivers down the spine too.
Yeah. Yes, I can remember, although I never went to boys high, I can remember coming here, watching the terraces filled with boys doing the haka, and it is an impressive sight.
And the referee for this afternoon's match is Palmerston North teacher Matt McEwen. His 4th Farah Palmer Cup match after making his debut in 2017, and his assistants Rowan Gladding and Chris Doc Morrison. So the Gully is set to host its 3rd first-class match, with the 8th instalment set to get underway between these two teams. Northland winning 100% of those previous encounters, but could there be change on the horizon? Muggeridge gets play underway here. Opening round of the Farah Palmer Cup, and we're at the Gully Ground at New Plymouth Boys High School. And Northland would possession just outside of their 22. And the halfback is the vice-captain O'Sullivan, immediately moving it down to this near side. It's a high tackle, and that was on Coogan, the debutant today, number 14 for Taranaki, and a chance here for Northland to clear.
Yeah, that was an okay start from both teams, really. The kick-off was okay, and Northland took it in well and made a good exit. And a bit of a high tackle by the Taranaki team gives Northland a first line out of the match.
Will be Trish Vaka to throw for the Cambridge Blues.
I noticed the kick didn't gain much ground, but that could all be with the wind, which the Northland is going into. So
good steady platform here for Northland, but it's a free kick, and Taranaki will get that not straight. So the new law that came in this year, if it's not straight at the line out when there's a contest, it's a free kick as opposed to a scrum. Just to get play moving. As Huffman moves it away quickly. First touch of the afternoon to Latu. Up over the 10-metre line go Taranaki. Cleared away by Huffman again. And running onto it is Poindestry. And it's been stripped by Northland in the tackle. So again, another chance to break free. Gardner Harrison and co making the tackle there as O'Sullivan clears. Up over halfway they go. Taranaki, it's a little bit awkward at the back there. And scrambling to try and grab that, Huffman, and she's bundled into touch.
Yeah, we were talking before the game. Well, I noticed you said the ball can bounce a bit awkwardly on this artificial turf, and that was a good example. And so, don't want to let the ball bounce if you can help it, I'd say.
Yeah, try and catch it. Just couldn't quite contain it there. And another line out. This time on the other side of the field here for Northland. Players joining. And Vaka throws, making amends from that previous mistake. Still a little bit loose, but they've still got it, the Cambridge Blues. There's O'Sullivan. And off it goes to Brown, up to the 10. Clean ball here for O'Sullivan again. Moving it away to the open side. Northland in some space here, look pretty good with ball in hand. Need to make their tackles, do Taranaki. Okaida moves it away to McCartney on that far side. O'Sullivan again, and just losing the ball. 2 knock-ons there, and we'll have the first scrum after 2.5 minutes.
A good passage of play by Northland. Credence Brown, who took the ball up earlier, I noticed that's her Blazer game today, 15 games, so congratulations to her. Northland arrived in New Plymouth yesterday, and they're staying tonight as well, so it's a big trip for them.
Yeah, big trip, absolutely. Yeah, and trying to replicate what the men's team did last night against Southland, of course.
Yeah. I watched that game.
Got a good win.
Yeah.
And of course there are other Farah Palmer Cup matches and NPC matches happening at the same time, and we'll try and update you as much as we can during the afternoon as well. Auckland playing Waikato and Tasman hosting Wellington, so we'll provide some scores as we go. As Northland, big scrum there, and taken off the back there by O'Brien. Now, what can Taranaki do with ball in hand? Good pressure coming up on the debutant, Libby Francis. And they're gone back towards the 22. A little bit messy here at the back for Taranaki. And a penalty given away. And the player over the ball holding on. And they go quickly. They're not mucking around. Northland in the 22. What can they spark? That was McCartney again, getting the ball back. Someone else has got to go and play halfback. Might be Vaka. Another pick and go. She had Rogers there next to her. Over the ball is Paparoa. Her first touch on debut for Northland this afternoon. Keeping it in the forwards as Rogers has another crack. The other post at the top of the screen. Wikaida, the skipper, with Young there in support. Northland line up to that right-hand side. Taranaki making their early tackles. Northland with a lot of the ball early on in this fixture. Trying to hold them up, but they have to release. And yeah, another penalty there. I think that was against Francis. No release, so they have to be accurate on defence.
Yeah, they do. Northland will get into a few phases put together there, and they decided to go for the scrum rather than take the gift 3 points. So they're obviously confident that they can score from here. One thing I noticed, Will, about this, feel like it's a multi-use field. Like you can see the soccer markings on there, and you've reffed the games on here, and does it affect your reffing at all, or do you notice the markings or not?
No, not really, to be honest, because I think with rugby, the white lines are so prominent, so you're sort of focused on that, and the others are just markings on the field. Others might, I'm not sure, but I would imagine the footballers probably get a bit confused in the other way, right?
Yeah. So that's probably the only negative of a field like this nowadays, that there's lots of one in Masterton comes to mind.
Yes, it does. Yeah, artificial turf there. It's a set play here for Northland, and I think Taranaki may have stolen this in contact here. They have, and a chance to clear. So Taranaki doing well on defence to disrupt Northland's attack. Waiting back into the end goal is Mugridge, and she will put it on the boot. This one hasn't found touch, no advantage coming, and they'll come back. So maybe knocked on in the tackle.
Taranaki will be pleased about that because it wasn't a great clearing kick. Northland got to attack from there.
And a player down too. And you mentioned the one in Masterton. I think they've got a few more lines on there, haven't they? But it's the exact same artificial surface down there. And something that's becoming very common in rugby around the country now. I know in Wellington and Auckland there are these artificial surfaces.
It's the way of the future, isn't it? And the big plus of it is no mud, no wet, huge, slippery field, so you can't blame the conditions.
No, exactly right.
Except for maybe the wind, which is prevalent today, but...
And they did water it too, just to provide because when it dries out, it can get a bit harder.
Right.
So I think they're just putting the water on there just to... it doesn't make it slippery, but it just makes it a little bit more softer when you land on it.
That did surprise me. They're virtually running on the field and the water's going. But it's obviously how you do things now.
Yes. Well, a big campaign coming up for both of these teams. Of course, at the opening match of the Farah Palmer Cup, Taranaki has Northland away next week. They're back at home on the 26th against Tasman. That's a double-header with the Bulls playing Waikato. They're away to Wellington and Otago to finish the season. And Northland, Tasman at home next week. Otago Harbour away, and they finish with Wellington at home. So a couple of games. It's a short, sharp season, isn't it?
Yeah, it's interesting because there's 13 teams in the Farah Palmer Cup. 7 teams are in the Premiership. Like, it's different from the NPC where there's a Premiership and a Championship. So the Premiership goes for 2 weeks longer because of 7 weeks you have to have the bye, obviously, and, as opposed to the Championship, which these 2 teams are in, only lasts for 5 weeks. Well, plus the semi-finals and the final. So Taranaki did not make the playoffs. They only had 5 games, so it is a pretty short season.
Yeah, short and sharp, and good opportunity to show what they're capable of on the national stage as well. Of course, matches either televised or streamed. And off the back goes Poindestry. Oh, it's a loose ball, and it's got to be a try. Yeah. Early try to Northland from a mistake, and they're under the bar. And not sure who's coming up with that one, but a try to Northland, no doubt.
It's just a simple basic error, really. The scrum was okay. Here we go. Yeah. Scrum's going backwards a bit, but number 8, that's just a pass there. Offload, risky offload, but Rosie Moffat dropped the ball there, which is a bit unusual, but it'd be disappointing for Taranaki there.
Stacey Tupe with the try, her 6th try for Northland. Sort of came out of nowhere, and it will be Nankerville, who is Northland's most capped player with Crystal Murray with 34 games. She will slot the extras here, and an easy one too. So after the Tupe try, 7-0 is the lead after coming up 8 minutes here at the Gully.
Yeah, and Northland have been in Taranaki's half for virtually since the kick-off, really. So they would have been looking to come away with some reward, and they have done so. So after 8 minutes, 7-0 to Northland. Depends that Taranaki with the wind behind them will need to bounce back pretty quickly. Let's see what they can do.
So it will be Mugridge to get play back underway. 7-0 is the score. And running onto it is Northland. It's the skipper, Wakaida, and that's a good run up towards the 10-metre line. Cleared away by O'Sullivan, and moving the ball onto this near side. Good pass off the deck too, as O'Brien has to go on and make the tackle. Going in and playing halfback is Mucker. Northland look really good with ball in hand, getting over the advantage line as O'Sullivan looks to this near side and gets it away.
Oh, that's a good pass.
Good pass down the wing, and it's Patrick Motu moving the ball. In fact, it's the other winger, Turney. O'Sullivan there in support. Running onto it is Young. Just instantly making gains here, Northland. O'Sullivan. In the back line it goes, loopy pass, it's on the deck. Mugridge toes it ahead. Loose at the back here for Northland. They've gone back 20-so metres, probably more than that. But they've broken away again in some space. Another good run here by the Cody. And met there by the number 8 Poindestry.
Yeah,
they've still got ball. It's a penalty.
Illegal take out there, I think. Well in front of the ball.
So Matty McEwen with the arm up here in the side.
Yeah.
And generally that happens when players are under the pump.
Yeah, players getting taken out is a bit of a pet hate of mine, actually. Around the fringes and that, especially if they're in front of the ball and they get taken out, it's, can be quite dangerous too.
And sometimes they've got no involvement in that phase and they get cleaned out.
Yeah. It's a bit of a grey area too, isn't it? How do you find ref in that? It's difficult to, I think if one ref will rule one way and another, so it's a bit hard to get it consistent sometimes, isn't it?
It is tough. And also, you've got to judge whether it's beyond the metre or not too.
Yeah.
You can't take players out beyond a metre of the ruck.
Yeah, or touch a halfback.
Yep. Good set piece here for Taranaki, and it's just been dropped there by Moffat, but it may have gone backwards, and it has. So Taranaki still have possession. The halfback is Huffman. Off it goes to Latu. Laid back, moving it away to this near side again. Francis to the winger in Coogan. And she's got some support there with Francis. Northland player trying to roll out, and McEwen says a little bit too slow. And they've taken off quickly. That player's not back 10.
Yeah,
that
would be a bin on some occasion. It could be here.
McEwen is having a chat. It may have been Rogers who didn't make any effort to get back. We're not mic'd up with the referee today, but I'd imagine that's what the conversation would be.
So it's March 10 minutes. I think you would have seen that sin bin on some other occasions possibly, wouldn't you? Because it was a cynical one.
He had that option. As Mugridge clears and the flag goes up.
Taranaki's first real chance here to put some points on the board, so let's see how they go in their line out.
And they have to be accurate too. And it will be Hurley to throw. Fourth game for Taranaki after making her debut last year. And a little bit sloppy. In fact, it has been knocked on by Northland, and Taranaki will get a scrum on the 15, but we know Northland's scrum is much stronger by the looks of things. Yeah. So Taranaki certainly need to control it, not out of the woods yet.
Probably ideal, get the ball in quickly, in and out as quick as they can.
So it will be Rogers, Vaka and Brown in the front row for Northland, Latu, Hurley and Otene for Taranaki. And Taranaki played Waikato Development last week out at Clifton, which is about half an hour north of New Plymouth, out of the Tikarangi Sports Ground. In a pre-season match, they played a game of 4 halves, as they say, 4 quarters. And there's the shunt.
Yeah.
And it just can't be controlled at the back. In fact, it'll be a penalty. Yeah.
Taranaki are going to have to try and do something about that because it's early days in the game yet, and if that continues on that way, Taranaki can be struggling to get any ball. Conversely, Northland will be looking to have as many scrums as possible, I think.
I think so. That's the intention. There's a good clearance kick up beyond the 22. Yeah, we saw from the get-go, Northland's scrum, far superior. And on that occasion, they're reaping the rewards because of it.
And they've got a black fern to come on later.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah. You're looking forward to seeing her in action. Quick ball here for Northland. And moving it away. Nice little pass there from Leaf. Up over the 22 they go. O'Sullivan wants it. There's a bit of a snipe herself. And over it goes. Number 5, Paparoa. O'Sullivan again. Moving it freely. Couldn't quite link up. It's been stripped by Taranaki. And good work there by Hurley.
Yeah, very good work.
And Taranaki get the ball back and they're penalised because of it.
That's disappointing for Taranaki. They've made a good turnover, but then to get penalised. Bit of a shame.
And the referees, as you know, are really quick on that lift. Clearance kick coming.
Just looking at the results from last year, and that Northland would come into this game as big favourites, I feel. Even though they got relegated last year, but Taranaki did not win a game last year in the championship, so they finished bottom. So Northland were ranked about 6 or 7 places higher than them, so they should be confident of a victory.
This one falls in the favour of Northland. Not taken at the top though, and running away is Elia. O'Sullivan. Into the backs it goes. Leaf is the number 10 for Northland. Controlling things at first 5 this afternoon. O'Sullivan again. McCartney moving it away. In from fullback is Nankiville, and it's been lost. And we'll have another scrum on the far side of the field. And a few early handling errors.
But Northland halfback, Holly O'Sullivan, she's impressing me. She's clearing the ball very well from the rucks. A nice pass. And that's what you want from your halfback. Good speedy clearance. Give your outside backs some room. Although Northland made an error there.
He'd been around that Super Rugby O-Picky setup as well. O'Sullivan played for the Chiefs. 5 games for the Manawa this year. And made her debut for Northland in 2020. So, been around. And good to have that semi-professional experience too.
Yeah, I did not know that, Will. But now you can sort of see, I could sort of see that she was, she's a little bit class above some of the other players. So.
Well, that time, Taranaki scrum's okay. It held up there, but another knock-on. Just, I know the field was watered earlier, but it's definitely not that wet.
No.
Just passes going to land and not to hand.
Yeah, you're right. They got the scrum okay, but then the bad pass and a knock-on. So errors are costing Taranaki at the moment. So Northland's try was from an error from Taranaki, so I suppose it's all rugby, isn't it? Cut out the errors if you can.
I'll just update you on some of the other action happening around the country in the Farah Palmer Cup. Auckland has a 7-0 lead over Waikato, along with Northland here, same score, and Wellington 5-0 over Tasman at the moment. So would have been about 15 minutes through. It is an 8-9 play. Here's O'Sullivan, stabs it down, looking for a bit of territory. It is a good kick too. And running back under a little bit of pressure is
Rosie Moffat.
Moffat, yeah. Played well in club, as you know.
Yeah.
And Mugridge now, rangy character, did well to cut back on the inside. Huffam grabs it. Moffat is back to clear. It's been charged down. And Taranaki still have it back, though. Doing well is Rocky Robinson. Moffat back in position again. This one it's not charged, and it hasn't found touch either. She was in the 22, so she could clear. And Northland have possession. What can they spark here? They're in some space, trying to get round the outside. Out the back door is McCartney in support. Taranaki again trying to hold them up. O'Sullivan is there, cleared away. And that's the captain, Waikaita. Inside the 22. O'Sullivan having to get out of Ladu's road. Nice set play here. As here's Leaf.
They've got numbers here.
Numbers for the visiting team. Good pass. Trying to reach out and score. It's Patrick Motu on debut. And she will score her first try for Northland. And their second in this match this afternoon.
That's a good try from Northland. Some good passing here. Here we go, starting from Sullivan. Along the line, a couple of backdoor pass. That's a good pass there. And then you can see the overlap appearing there. There it is. Good, Taranaki player made a good effort there, but just couldn't quite stop the try being scored. So Northland are out to 12-0 with the kick to come. Probably a fair indication of the game, actually.
In a tough opportunity too for Nankiville. Having to run and grab the ball, that's a bit tough. Of course, 60 seconds after the try has been scored for them to take the conversion.
Should get a discount for having to get the ball yourself, shouldn't you?
So a tough one into that strong breeze. And it's not too bad on ground level. You can see that flag there moving just a fraction, but up where we are, it's pretty gusty. Oh, she's in a bit of a hurry there.
Yeah.
And this one hasn't got the legs at all. So the score will remain 12-0 after that Patrick Motu try.
You can see the spectators on the other side there in the shade, and I would say it would be rather cold sitting there.
I would say so.
Even though you can see the sun shining above it, the wind is biting.
Yeah. southerly too. It rained for most of yesterday, but good to have fine conditions here at the Gully.
Yeah.
And it will be Moffat now to have a turn to kick off for Taranaki on debut. And this one is a good kick. Just holds up in the wind slightly. And Northland have it. That was a good run there from Mucker. Got the pass off. And up towards the halfway line they go. Running onto it
Oh, that's a good
freely.
pass too.
Yeah, Brown got the initial pass away. They're in space again. Desperately trying to get into the 22. Here's Patrick Motu again, the try scorer, trying to get round the outside, but bundled into touch.
That's outstanding play by Northland. They strung together about 7 or 8 nice passes there. They're looking quite dangerous at the moment. So Taranaki defence is going to have to be up to scratch to stop them.
Yeah, Leaf distributing off to McCartney and Patrick Motu on the outside. It looks pretty good.
Yep.
Taranaki's line out controlled, and they're going to run it out of their 22 hopefully, or at least in a position where they can clear. And picking it up is Huffin. Moffat has to go back and play halfback. Mugridge again under a bit of pressure. This one is a good kick down over halfway with the wind behind it.
You can see the bouncing ball just seems to run on a bit more, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah, you can see it. And Northland in a bit of space here. There's that Turney. And it's a good turnover there coming from Gardner Harrison. The lock forward doing the work at the breakdown for Taranaki. Huffam now. Off it goes to Francis. Up towards the 10-metre line. Huffam to clear to Moffat. Two-copper combination working in tandem here this afternoon. Michelle Hurley sat down. Huffam back into position. Cleared away to Moffat. This is a bit better here for Taranaki. Latu. Taken down by Brown and her other forwards. Poindestri now. Ball in two hands. Eventually taken down by the Northland defence. Quick ball here for Taranaki, which is good. Mugridge cutting back on the inside. Up over the 22 goes Mugridge. Northland needing to make the tackles.
Well done by Mugridge there.
There's a good run there by the vice-captain. Huffam running onto it is Latu. And the opposition front rowers meeting her. And eventually put down by Young. About 6 or 7 metres out. Hurley now. Moffat running into the line. Gets the ball off to Barber. She's over, and Taranaki will score their first try of the season. And it's Zita Barber over for her first try for Taranaki.
That's an outstanding try by Taranaki. We're only catching the end of it here, but there were many phases put together in the making of this try. Well taken by... And Rosie Moffat goes for a little half gap there and did well to get the offload away, and Mugridge. No, sorry, it wasn't Mugridge, it was Barber who scores. Well done, Taranaki. That'll give them a lot of confidence because they've been up into the pump, really, and that's their first real good passage of play in the game. You see how strong the wind is there. Blew the ball over.
You see the shadow of the posts moving too. And Moffat on debut with a chance to pick up her first points for Taranaki, and she does that. The flags go up. And Taranaki just narrow that margin. 12-7 is the scoreline here at the Gully.
It'll give Taranaki a lot of heart to score a good try like that. It gives you confidence, doesn't it, to put a few phases together, some good passing, so it will encourage you to, keep going in that vein. It was a little bit against the run of play, actually, wasn't it?
Yeah, just patience and bit of territory in possession does the job there. And it was a good pass from Moffat. And Barber still had to do a little bit of work to cut back on the inside.
There was a good break by Mugridge earlier on in that phase as well.
Can they get back? Can they get down the other end again? That's the question here for Taranaki. Poindestri. As it will be the hooker, Hurley, running it up again too. Northland dropping their tackles and not putting the Taranaki attack on the ground. They need to. Moved it away again, Moffat. And there's the try scorer, Barber, out of the Inglewood club. Eventually scragged to the ground. Huffam to Francis. She's had a couple of touches in the thick of it for Taranaki so far. Huffam gets it off to Mugridge to clear from the 22. Carried back so she can't kick it out on the full. And beautifully taken there. And Northland now, good set play. What can they spark here? Another run through the line. Beautiful run there from Nankivell. Good support there from Brown. And they love to keep the ball. Patrick Motu again on that near side. Good tackle from Leathers.
She's got speed, that winger for Northland, hasn't she?
Yeah, on debut, looks pretty good too. Rogers moving it up towards the try line here. Leaf, cut out pass. Good hands here, but Taranaki making the tackles, which need to be made. And competing at the breakdown too. Leaf with a bit of show and go and a bit of footwork as well. And she's lost the ball. And Taranaki, patience on defence too. Altene comes away with it. Huffam. Off to Moffat. Good nudge downfield with the wind behind her. And it's Turney who's got to run back and grab it. Chase coming up there from Coogan. Northland now. Around the halfway mark. Good run. O'Sullivan looking at her options. Into the back line. That's Young. Messi again. O'Sullivan. Into the shade they go on that far side. Moving the ball freely again. Ball in one hand. What a great run there. Oh, and she's going to run away. It's Elia will score Northland's third try of the afternoon. It was scrappy play, but she spotted a bit of a gap, and she goes in and scores.
Yeah, right. Well, scrappy play. I was just about to say Northland have lost a bit of shape in the last couple of minutes, but now they've turned around and scored. A couple of bad missed tackles from Taranaki, though. Sullivan on the wrap around there. She goes for that. Here comes a missed tackle right there. And there, yeah. Good run, though. Taranaki will be very disappointed. They were looking good for the last 5 minutes, and they've were putting pressure on Northland, but Northland have bounced back well.
So Nankivell slotted a conversion and missed the second attempt. Can she make amends middly? That was from wide out, and this one a little bit better. Into the wind it goes, and just away. So the conversion not successful, and the score remains 17-7 after that Elia try.
Yeah. There's been some good passage of play, some good skill shown though. By Taranaki have come in the last 5 minutes, but Northland, when they string their passes together, they look very promising. So it's good to see these ladies with such good skills, because they, unlike the men's NPC, they're not professional at all. So
Thursday training.
Yeah, yeah,
and that's it pretty much. Maybe a bit of gym stuff during the week too. As that play gets back underway. And this one looks like it'll dribble towards the try line at the other end. They're not going to put it down. They're going to continue running it. That's Wikaida, the skipper. Good run out of a little bit of a danger position there. And Northland, what can they spark? This is a beautiful run. It's McCartney. She breaks away, trying to find support. Round the outside she goes.
She's going to score.
It's Nankivell, in fact. She'll run away and score a beautiful try. End-to-end stuff for Northland. And that's their fourth, right under the posts.
That's an outstanding try, individual try. My goodness. We'll have a look at the replay. Let's have a count how many tackles she beats when she gets the ball. Take it in for the set there. She goes through 2 players there. Didn't beat that many there's on there around the outside. She only beat about 3-4 tackles, but what an outstanding try. Sort of thing that you have good memories of that, weren't she?
Yeah.
Ran nearly the length of the field to score under the post.
Referee did well too to keep up.
Yeah.
And a chance here to kick her own conversion. And she does that too. So extends that score out to 24-7. Northland, as we approach the 30-minute mark here at the Gully, has a really good lead.
You can see why Nankivell has played the most games for Northland when she scores tries like that, can't you? Yeah.
So we've seen some periods where Taranaki have played well, had ball in hand, distributing nicely, but just some errors and lapses of concentration, not making tackles is really the difference so far.
Yep.
Dropping the ball. The scrum seems to have sorted itself out, though, after early pressure. Here's Muggeridge.
Taranaki will need to be careful because this score could blow out quite easily now.
Flirting with the touchline.
Yeah, don't want to let Northland get their passes going together, and they're doing it quite well.
And that time they make the tackle. It's been stripped, though, and they do a good job through Barber, the try scorer, the sole try scorer for Taranaki, Poindestry. Now they've got some space to work with here, the home team. Off it goes. Here's Coogan down the outside on debut. Desperate throw back in field, but no one's there to gather it. Robinson wasn't in a position to catch it. And Northland 5 out from the defending line, and they'll clear, though, through Leaf. And that's a good clearance kick, but Taranaki, as we see, look good with ball in hand and in some space.
They show some good heart there. You know, they had 2 quick tries scored against them. It'd be easy to sort of drop away and drop the intensity. But that was a very good move there, and they were unlucky not to score. They're still hot on attack, though.
Yeah, Northland not out of trouble. And the jumper there, not getting much support. Moffat into the backs it goes. In fact, that's the number 8, Poindestry, lurking in the back line for Taranaki.
She's made a couple of good runs, actually.
Been very strong in her 16th game for Taranaki. They move it away to this near side. Gardner-Harrison lays it back. Northland getting over the ball and winning it. That looked all too easy for the visitors. And O'Sullivan to Leaf. Thought about kicking. Now she stabs one over the top. It's a good one too, and can't quite control it. So Taranaki will get a line out just outside the 22.
Yeah, that's disappointing with Taranaki making good play, and they let Northland off the hook there with an easy turnover. That just come with experience and a few more games together, and those sort of errors will, hopefully be cut out.
So Hurley to throw for Taranaki. And down the back they go. The wind certainly took that one away.
Yeah.
Must be challenging conditions at the back of the line out. Is moving it away to that far side. Here's Patrick Motu again. Oh, they've still got the ball down the outside. In fact, I think it was knocked on. Yeah, it was. So
just on that throw-in rule, Will, not straight, like if Taranaki were throwing the ball and they throw it not straight down their side, what happens? Is it the same apply if you throw it down the Northland side? Is it a free kick? It does apply.
Yeah, it does.
Because that did go down the Northland side, didn't it?
That went on the opposite side, yeah.
Yeah, so
go both ways.
It could have been a free kick, couldn't it?
Yeah. But generally you'd play on because Northland's got it anyway.
Got
so
the
you
ball,
can just run. Yeah. Unless there's a
But if they fumbled it or something.
Yeah, correct, yeah. Is it still not straight, I guess?
Yeah.
Update you on some of those other scores very shortly as a scrum on that far side from that knock-on. And it will be Huffam to feed. Northland all going straight. You can see that penalty coming a mile away. And that's what we like to see as referees. All 8 of them going straight.
Yes.
Easy decision to make.
Yeah, that wasn't it? Good scrum.
And Taranaki bailing out under pressure. So, quick tap taken, not kicking for touch. Northland have a lot of confidence. And what can they spark here? Anything?
Ooh.
No, they lose it forward. It's Turney on the wing.
Just that last pass.
Yeah, knocking it on. So, Auckland Storm 24-7 over Waikato at the moment. Wellington 12-0 over Tasman. And the score here 24-7. And in the Bunnings MPC, Taranaki, you haven't got this on my Sky yet, have you?
No.
And that's good. You're not going to watch it later?
That doesn't sound promising.
No, 20-7 lead over Harbour at the moment. And Wellington 14-0 over Waikato. So round 2 of the Bunnings MPC and first round of the Bunnings Farah Palmer Cup. Didn't want to spoil anything,
There's that many games going on, you don't know which button to push there.
I reckon. Yeah. Thank goodness for the internet, eh?
Yeah.
This time Taranaki control it at the back of that last scrum. Muggeridge in the midfield. And in from the wing is Coogan. Off it goes to Leathers. And the 2 wingers working in tandem on that far side.
That might be the first time Leathers has actually touched the ball, isn't it? And she's got speed as well. So hopefully they can get the ball to her more often.
So penalty, little hand in there. So Muggeridge running up to the mark and will clear. So Taranaki would love a try to narrow that margin just before the break.
Yeah.
And so far it is 4 tries to 1. And 2 conversions to Northland and 1 to Taranaki.
Just give them some heart if they could score again going into the second half, because they have to play into the wind.
Another one against the throw, but Gardner Harrison does well to come through the line out to steal it off Northland. Moffat now. Taranaki.
Oh, that's a good offload.
Into the 22. It's O'Brien, the captain. A little bit quiet in the first half, but wanting to show leadership late in the first half here. Moffat spinning out of a couple of tackles, distributes well to Latu. The front rower up towards the 5 metre line. What can Taranaki do here? Cleared away by Huffam. Moffat to Gardner Harrison. Huffam again. Moffat. At a little bit of a standing start as Muggeridge, but she does really well to get out of a few. And it's referee going to pull them back here.
It's Taranaki ball, so...
Maybe...
Come on, Will, you're the ref.
Maybe knocked on in flight, or someone was in the way. I'm not sure. I didn't quite see it. But Taranaki will get the feed anyway with 5 to go. And they did well to control things at the back of that last scrum. So they'll want to do that again.
Muggeridge was looking good there. She made a good run, bust through a couple of tackles. So, yeah, obviously a little error occurred. We always say the refs are blind, don't we?
So this time, screws
the
there.
Scrum again.
Yeah. And they're going to reset that.
Luckily for Taranaki.
Yeah, lucky.
It's just how you can destroy a team. Taranaki got on a bit of a roll, and if you can just annihilate their scrum like that, all that advantage is lost.
So what Northland need to do is show a straight movement, because on that occasion they spun around, whoever spun around. So it's an unclear picture for a referee to make a decision unless they can see a deliberate wheel. But Northland certainly have the ascendancy here. This time it's a forward motion from Northland, controlled at the back.
Cleared well.
Good ball here. Here's Muggeridge. And a little kick ahead. Can Barber pick it up? She can. Going for 2, Barber. Robinson there in support. Laid back, and Taranaki, it was a risky move, but they've still got it. Moffat now saw a hole and went through it. Laid back. Huffam. And the big Otani running it forward, the front rower. A couple of Northland players there to contain her. And eventually laid back. It's slow there for Taranaki. Off it goes to Poindestry. Taranaki would love a try just before the break with 3 to go. It's Latu again.
She's a bit isolated.
Taranaki support getting there, and they've still got it back. It's O'Brien, the skipper. Not going anywhere so far. A little bit lateral here for Taranaki. Latu with her head down and goes into the defence. Taranaki's support is there. And this time they're getting there into the backs. Moffat. And it's been knocked on, though, in contact. Just probably held that pass a little bit too long. I've still got it back here, Taranaki. Moffat. Over it goes to Francis. Good tackle coming up there.
Tackle. But we'll go back for the knock-on, was it?
Yeah, it was. It was Turney who came up out of the line to make the tackle. And Taranaki still in with a shot. Northland still having to make their tackles with 2 to go.
It all depends on the scrum, really, doesn't it? They want to get the ball out quickly. Try before half-time would be great for Taranaki. Conversely, Northland can make things a lot easier for themselves in the second half if they keep Taranaki out.
So 4 tries to 1 on the stroke of half-time. As it will be Portia Huffman to feed in her 4th game. Made her debut for Taranaki last year against North Harbour. And plays for Tukopper as well.
Yeah, they go to the scrum again, but it's gone sideways, but let it continue.
It spews out. Here's Moffat for the line on debut. Straight through a hole. And Taranaki do score on the stroke of half-time. It's Rosie Moffat scores her first try for Taranaki.
Let us know about the scrum wall. Do you think that was lucky to be allowed to carry on?
It was lucky.
Yeah, but Rosie Moffat did very well. Great try. Rosie Moffat has been the outstanding player in Women's Club Rugby in Taranaki this year. Was the top try scorer and the top point scorer. So her form was flowing through to the rep team with her first try. Now she'll see if she can convert her own try.
Yeah, with that breeze behind her, she slotted the earlier conversion. And depending on how long this takes, it could be half time. And a little bit of strapping on the knee too. We're talking about the surface can affect the joints and scrapes and things. And she won't have a lot of time here. Needs someone to hold the ball for her.
She might end up taking a drop kick. You can still do that, can't you?
Still do that, yep. So Moffat to convert her own try on debut for the Amber and Blacks. It's got the distance and just away. So none to be, but she does close that margin. It's 24-12 as we hit the 40-minute mark. So in referee's time now.
Yeah, that's good for Taranaki's point of view to score like that. To keep so there's 12 points behind right on half time. Away we go.
And the match back underway. And Taranaki now. It's Muggeridge. Yeah, time is obviously up. She kicks it into touch and takes the teams to half-time. Northland scoring 4 tries to 2 in the opening 40 minutes to lead this match by 24 points to 12 as the teams go into the dressing rooms for half-time. Just before we go to a break, Kevin, what's your summary of the first half?
I think the score is probably a fair indication. Northland scored some good tries, but Taranaki have struck back a couple of times with their own 2 tries. So, it's been a good game, actually. Some good skill shown, and well done to these ladies.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, tries were scored for Northland by Tupe, Patrick Motu, Elia and Nankiville, and for Taranaki, Barber and Moffat, with Moffat kicking just the 1 out of 2 conversions. And as we go to a break here, Northland with a 24-12 lead at halftime at the Gully. Welcome back to the Gully Ground at New Plymouth Boys High School for the opening match of the Bunnings Farah Palmer Cup. Northland with a 24-12 lead over the home team Taranaki in the third first-class fixture here at the famous Gully Ground. Tries so far for Northland: Tupe, Patrick Motu on debut, Elia and Nankiville. A couple of conversions in there as well. And for Taranaki, Barber scored the opening try for the Amber and Blacks. Moffat with the conversion, and Moffat also scored just on the stroke of half-time. Missed the conversion though, so the score 24-12. As the match is back underway here, Northland kicking off, and an early mistake. Taranaki can't touch that, otherwise they'll be offside. And an early mistake, Northland in the half, and they'll no doubt use this opportunity. Kevin Doherty joining me in commentary this afternoon, and a long half-time. What do you think some of the messages would have been said by the two coaches?
I think Northland, as long as they string some passes together, they'd be quite confident. Taranaki just hanging in there, and the basic errors are what's costing Taranaki, really. But I did say that the field was just watered again at half-time. Yeah, maybe that's why the ball got dropped. Maybe it got wet. But yeah, unusual to see a ground being watered at half-time, isn't it?
Yes, it is, yeah. Very hockey-like.
Yeah. Disappointing start for Taranaki, though. That was a basic error.
Yeah, and Northland in the first half had a lot of the ball, and their scrum was working really well too. As McCartney, early touch for her as they go inside the 22. Go Northland. There is the captain, Wakaida, distributes off to O'Sullivan. Two experienced players for the Northland Cody. Leaf is over it, has to go on and play an unconventional role at halfback. McCartney again, and moving out of a couple of tackles. Lays it back and moving it into the back line. Here's Turney. A couple of touches for her in the first half as well. Northland, good front foot ball here. Rogers running onto it. Rogers reaching out and scoring. Well, a try early on in the second half. It came from the error, and Northland showing good patience on attack.
Taranaki have had a terrible start to this half. Error from the kick-off and now letting Northland in to score. Pretty soft try, really. Pretty bad defence there. So, well done to Northland. They've got off to the perfect start. Out to 29-12 with the kick to come. So Taranaki will need to pull their socks up here, and so they let themselves down a bit. They were just before half-time. They were playing quite well, but they've started the second half terribly.
Yeah, it was a knock-on right from the kick-off. And a chance here to extend that lead for Northland.
You can see that flag blowing in the wind. We were in the caravan here, and we went outside at half-time. My God, I noticed the drop in temperature. The sun's gone now, so it is quite cold.
So the conversion successful there. 31-12 is the score early in the second half. As we race back to halfway. Yeah, a lot of people out there with beanies on and jackets. And we're quite cosy here in the commentary box, aren't we?
We just need a cup of tea and a scone and we'll be right.
That'll be nice.
Yeah.
As Danielle Mugridge, the vice skipper, gets things back underway. And no changes yet so far, just scanning the numbers. But we'll let you know if there are players that come on and off. Leaf now with her prodigious boot with that win behind her. Taranaki now on debut as Coogan. And she's met there. Northland player over the ball. Nankiville trying to grab it. Can't on that occasion. And she got it, but I think she knocked it on.
Yes, she did, yeah. She had done well to get the turnover, but she couldn't quite control it. Taranaki's winger, Hayley Coogan, made a couple of good runs. She's a very small young lady, but she's prepared to run hard.
Yeah.
She was at that under-18 coaching or clinic with Rosie Moffat, I believe, wasn't she? Yeah, earlier in the year.
Yeah, the New Zealand under-18 development, high-performance development program, yeah. So good to have that pathway there.
Yep.
So we'll update you on some of the other halftime scores from the other matches when we get a moment in the Farah Palmer Cup. As Moffat scored a try just before the break. Barber. And that is Rocky Robinson on debut, but the ball has been lost.
Yeah.
Wakaida, the skipper, runs it up towards the halfway line.
She runs hard, doesn't she?
Yeah. A couple of players needed to take her down, and Taranaki get the penalty at the breakdown. And it's Poindestry coming up with the ball.
How many times do you see that in a game, a penalty for that, though? It happens a lot in any game of rugby, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
And you blame their support, because if you're isolated and someone's over there, you can have free crack at it. And a couple of substitutions coming on. And as they are coming on, the Auckland Storm 24-14 over Waikato. Wellington Pride 12-0 over Tasman in the other Farah Palmer Cup games at the moment. And in the Bunnings NPC, Taranaki 20-19 at half-time, and Wellington 21-5 over Waikato, which is interesting given Wellington's score against Canterbury last week.
And Waikato got that last second win against Auckland, didn't they?
Yeah. Te Ruawai Herbert Brown in jersey 17 coming on for the Northland Cody in her third match for the Cambridge Blues. Francis goes up with it. This time Taranaki control of it, line out time. In the back line it goes, Mugridge. And here's the speedster on the outside. It is Leathers trying to get around Northern players. That's the 22.
She done well there. Done very well.
Coogan was in support. Moffat with a bit of a show and go. That's how she scored the try before. That's the 22. Huffam trying to spot a bit of space around the edge of the ruck. Ball is loose, but Taranaki contain it. And it's been knocked on there. Yeah, a little bit of lack of communication between Moffat and Coogan. And Northland get a scrum.
Yeah, I think Moffat might have been looking where she was passing it before she picked the ball up, actually. But good piece of play there from Taranaki. Give them some heart.
So, be interesting to see how Northland goes with the change in the front row at scrum time.
Well, their first scrum was a continuation of the first half, wasn't it? They pushed Taranaki back.
A bit of a binding issue on this near side, but the referee decides to play on. And immediately Northland running out of their 22. O'Sullivan back to Leaf with a kick over the top. Finding a little bit of space there too as the chase. Look at the chase there from Northland. The ball a little bit awkward there for Coogan to run back and grab. Northland doing their best through Nankiville to hold them up.
Oh, that looked a bit straight, didn't it?
Flat pass there to Latu. And it has been knocked on. So
probably a bit of justice.
I was going to say, yeah. And a couple of players down, or maybe some substitutions coming up here for one of the teams. As it will be jersey 21 for Taranaki. Tanaka Northcott Wihirua. Her first game since 2022. Making her debut in 2018 against Wellington. And this is her 8th game for the Amber and Blacks on the side of the scrum there. So Tanaka back into the Taranaki field setup.
The new halfback too, have Taranaki, have they?
Oh, maybe Northcott Wihirua has jumped on to halfback instead of... I thought she was packing down at flanker, but no, you're right. She is moving into halfback. So another change here for Taranaki, but Northland have possession. That is a great little play there, and the pass just a little bit wide.
Pretty ambitious pass that with a big wind behind you. But they would have scored if it come off.
Yeah, she was away. It looked like she was in space. Was the Northland player there. So Taranaki with the line out. They're having a bit of a conference there. This time they join. And it will be Michelle Hurley to throw. And could be a player down actually in back plate. Referee Matt McEwen from Manawatu going over to check. So 31-12 is the score as we're nearly through 10 minutes in the second half of the opening match in the Bunnings Farah Palmer Cup. Of course, the first game for both of these two teams. And Taranaki has Harbour next Saturday, Northland host Tasman. As we're back underway here, another one against the throw, maybe knocked on at the top there, Libby Francis. There's O'Sullivan running onto it as Northland into the 22, and no advantage coming there. They'll come back for a knock-on. Just need to get that line out sorted.
See that the Northland player got across the advantage line. I thought from a knock-on, as soon as you get across the advantage line, advantage is over.
Depends. It's contextual, right?
Yeah,
so it's got to be territorial or from a possession perspective where you call advantage over. If there was a pass from that next ruck, then you probably would have played advantage over, but nothing really was coming from that one, so he's called them back. And sevens, though, advantage over straight away, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, as soon as you kick the ball, the advantage is over, isn't it?
Yeah. So Northland out. Good little play there. And that was Tupe with a wide pass over the back. And it has gone out. The arm goes up by Chris Morrison on the far side.
That's the second time in the last couple of minutes. The last pass for Northland has let them down, but they tried big wide passes, which are probably not on in this windy conditions.
More substitutions coming on here. As a couple of players get some applause going on. 17, Nat Hopapa, the experience. And jersey number 20 is Brooke Nielsen out of the Inglewood Club. In her 27th game, experienced player coming off the bench for Taranaki.
She played well in the Taranaki Club final, actually. Very well. So she might add something for the Taranaki forward pack.
Tall player, and this time it's not straight again, and Grace Brough jumping up there and grabbing it. I think the referee's just going to reset that. May have been an issue at the front there with a gap.
Disappointing for Grace Brough, wasn't it? Made an outstanding line out taking himself. We'll have to do it again.
Are they going to go to her again, or are they going to go to Nielsen? No, Brough goes up with it, and it's another one against the throw. And O'Sullivan breaking away. Back into traffic she moves. And that is the 22. Cleared away, though. Leaf.
Crystal Murray's on there for Northland.
Oh, she is she? Yeah. That experience there. Crystal Murray, good player. Blackfern, of course. Stabbed ahead. Now the chase coming there, and it bounces into Tut. Does it? No, it's got to be carried out by Coogan. Turney was chasing. No other option, really.
No. She did well to cover that. It was a great little kick through.
A little bit windy on that far side.
You can see the touch judge's flag. Look at it.
So Northland 5 out from the line. Taranaki need to defend here.
It's good thinking Northland throw to the front when the wind is like that.
Elia grabs it, and around the side they go. Wakaida, the skipper. What can they do here? Here's the replacement. Herbert Brown, only a couple of metres out. Northland now. There's the try line. Taranaki needing to make their tackles. Another pick and go, trying to get under it. Oh, good defence. Taranaki pushing them back. Can they do it again? It is a try. And it is the replacement. And jersey 17, Herbert Brown, scores her first try for Northland.
Taranaki originally did very well to stop it. This Crystal Murray picks here. Go look at the defence here. That's great defence. But the second, just too powerful. Good try for Northland.
So 36-12 with the kick to come.
Yeah, it's looking comfortable now for Northland. So they'll just want to continue and get some phases and, think ahead for their future games. Get some good plays together. Conversely, Taranaki will not want to let their standards drop too much because you want to keep the score as low as possible.
Well, when points diff comes into it,
yeah,
all of that type of thing. And the conversion is just away, so a missed conversion there from Northland, and the score will remain 36-12. The try scorer Herbert Murray. And they all go back to halfway. Not a bad crowd building up here. Rugs on.
Two people. Oh dear.
Yeah, that is not probably the best place to be in a howling southerly here at the Gully.
Straight off the mountain. Well, we have not really had many days like this.
No.
With the cold wind like this year at all.
Yeah. Is back underway through Mugridge. And Northland do really well. Oh, this is just outstanding by the Cambridge Blue. Down the outside they go, Northland. Poindestry makes the tackle. Great pass. And it's going to be another one. Back-to-back tries here for Northland. And they're rolling them through. That's their 7th.
Yeah, that's a great try. Here we go. I think it's Crystal Murray takes it up here on the short side. It is. And and the offload there. Look at that offload and the speed. Great try. Beats 2 tackles. Good tackle by the Taranaki prop there, but nice little offload. That's a good try. Northland scored some very good tries today. So good skill.
So 41-12 with the conversion to come. Breeze to contend with as well, and this one looks a bit better than the previous. Gladding and Morrison put the flags up. 43-12.
7 tries now to Northland, so yeah. The score's starting to run away a bit from Taranaki here, so they'll need to dig deep.
Mugridge to get play back underway here for the home team. And that one just goes 10. So play carries on. And immediately it's being snatched there at the breakdown from Mucker. Toying with the attack is O'Sullivan. And given she's tied up in the ruck, someone else has to go on and play halfback. And there's the try scorer. There's Herbert Murray. O'Sullivan is back in a position. Running onto it is Paparoa. That's the 10-metre line here for the visiting side. Taranaki making their tackles early here. Leaf with a kick over the top. Nicely taken.
Yeah.
And it's Barber who scored Taranaki's first try.
She's been one of Taranaki's best today, hasn't she?
She has, and she's injured and loses the ball. So she's down. And play will carry on. She doesn't look in a good way either. As O'Sullivan running onto it though.
Oh, the intercept was on,
yeah. Great work there. It was Vaka with a loose pass. And Taranaki with possession. Moffat. Through a bit of a gap goes Rosie Moffat. Around another defender too. She needs some support as a good tackle comes across from O'Sullivan.
Yeah.
And she's going to be penalised.
Bad luck for Rosie Moffat there. An outstanding break, but she had no support at all. So it was pretty clear the penalty was going to be coming. So.
Yeah, you can sort of read those scenarios, can't you? But it was a great break nonetheless by the debutant. And attention on Barber now at the moment. As Pareko O'Brien has a chat to the referee about a probably indiscrepancy somewhere.
Probably. You always got to talk to the referee and make one up, don't you?
We'll try to anyway.
So some players would try to get into a referee's head sometimes by just.
Yep.
And there's some players over the years that have been very good at it. Just Sean Fitzpatrick, the one that come to mind.
Yep.
That used to quietly talk away to the referees and just try and put a bit of doubt in them back in the decision.
Chip away.
Yeah.
Yep.
But some referees won't have anything a bar of it, will they?
Absolutely not. No. There's been a couple over the years that have tried it on with me. I won't name them.
Why not?
They might disagree. I'll probably get a
text. But do you enjoy that sort of stuff? As long as the do you enjoy having a sort of a chat?
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, I've nearly done over 150 Premier games. Yeah. So when you've been around long enough, you sort of know the games that they're trying to play, and you give a bit of banter back to them at the same time. And I think that's healthy. You've got to have relationships, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. But it doesn't faze me at all. But maybe they might try it on with an experienced referee.
Yeah.
But a good captain will always sow a seed and try and get on with the referee. I think that's really important rather than get offside.
Yeah. Because it's just human nature. If some players are really annoying you, or a captain's being disrespectful, it's just human nature. You're going to be a little bit anti.
Yeah.
You know, that sort of thing, aren't you?
Probably going to push them away
yes.
too. You know, so yeah, you definitely got to have a relationship.
Yeah.
And it works both ways too. So this kick, though, hasn't found touch. And another replacement on for Taranaki is Catherine Butler in her Blazer game, her 15th match. And they couldn't quite control it on that far side, so Northland will get the line out. Some more subs being rolled on here. Number 17 is your Nat Hopapa, who came on moments ago.
It's very hard to keep up with all the subs coming and going, isn't it? So our apologies if we've missed someone.
That number 18 for... Is it number 18 that came on for Northland Murray, potentially? And it goes beyond Elia. Gardner Harrison runs away with it from the back of the line out for Taranaki. Northcote Wehiroa moving it away now. Good run there from Poindestry. And it looks like Barber's got back up on her feet too, and she will carry on. Another good, solid hit there. Ashley Otane running into the Northland defence. They're over the ball, but Taranaki still have it back, do they? No, they've got the turnover. And there has been an infringement there. It's been potentially knocked on in the tackle. So Taranaki will get it back. But there's been some really good hits, hasn't there?
There has. There's been some good runs, good hit-ups too from the front rowers. Doesn't matter if it's the men's game or the women's game. You love to see the front rowers running with the ball, don't you? And bumping people off.
Absolutely. So as we reach the hour mark here at the gully, Taranaki is out to a 34-24 lead against Harbour. And the Bunnings NPC Wellington 35-17. And we'll update you on the other Farah Palmer Cup games when we get a moment. Taranaki. Here's Barber. On to Mugridge now. Goes straight into Tupai. Northcote Wehiroa. Off to Moffat. Flat ball to Nielsen.
Northern players are up very quickly too.
And good line speed there. And another pass there from Moffat. And Northland getting over the ball, do they? And it's been knocked on there. Probably unlucky not to get the turnover. But
very messy, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Very, very messy. Well, midfield scrum, just on the 10-yard mark. Taranaki can go either way here. Let's see what they can come up with.
And just those other Farah Palmer Cup games. Auckland Storm 26-14 against Waikato. Wellington Pride 15-0 over Tasman. And then here at the Gully 43-12. Northland so far scoring 7 tries to 2. Already picked up a bonus point. And they'll probably get the points for the win too. It'll be tough for Taranaki to come back from this with... As we hit the 60-minute mark, and there's the intention from Northland. They've been strong at scrum time all afternoon. And they're up towards the 10-metre line. Northcote Wehiroa to Moffat. Some of the forwards loving to run it up here. Northcote Wehiroa again. Hurley. Moffat now with a bit of a show and go. Trying to get the pass off, and she does to Barber. And tackle being made here. And the tackles need to be made here for Northland. Loose pass, and it goes to Butler. Firing it away to the back line. Mugridge on to Nielsen. Got to be a couple of players to take Nielsen down. Good run there from the forward. Hopapa and Hurley has knocked it on. And Northland will get another scrum. So, again, they're looking good, but they're just making those errors, unfortunately.
Yeah. Disappointing, but it's just practice and time working on your skills week in, week out. You can probably tell Northland were a premiership team last year. Their skills, I think, are slightly better than the Taranaki teams. And the backs, they're stringing more passes together.
Jersey 22 for Northland is Maria Mino Kapo on debut, so she's got her first cap. And Bailey Nankerville on in 21. and she's also picked up her first cap out of Bay of Islands College. So proud moment for those two families.
And sister is at fullback too.
Yeah, and that's her first touch in FPC rugby from the scrum. So a good introduction.
Oh, great run.
Oh, what a run now. Taranaki, it's Muggeridge. She needs some support. Tried to turn it on the inside. That's a great dummy and a great try to Danielle Muggeridge to close the margin here at the gully. Great try. That's Taranaki's third.
Earlier on, we saw a great individual try by Nankivell from Northland, and this one is equally as good. Great run by Muggeridge. It sold the dummy. Excellent individual try.
And it will be Moffat to attempt to kick the conversion into that breeze. And Moffat, as you said earlier, Kevin, one of the top club players this year, scoring 19 tries in the competition and racking up 146 points.
Not a bad season, is it?
Yeah, and on debut, and already scored a try and kicked the conversion, so not a bad first game for Rosie Moffat.
Then the Taranaki Women's Club Rugby, that's not a bad kick either.
Just off the post.
There's only 5 teams, so they don't play a lot of games during the season. So to score that many points and that many tries is an outstanding achievement. And congratulations to Inglewood, who won the Taranaki Club final, beat Tukapa 46-19. That was their first Women's Championship win, I believe.
And you called that game, and it was pretty open, wasn't it, at times?
It was a great game, actually. Very good game to watch. Good advertisement for women's rugby in Taranaki, so if there were some, young girls watching in that, they will, we'll give rugby a try.
And it's growing too, and reaching communities. And it's still a lot of work to do as well in that space. But it is growing around the country, so encouraging signs.
Yes, because it's good to see women's rugby growing, because I think we all know the men's game is slightly in a bit of trouble, you would say, would be being kind.
In saying that, though, there's some good hype around the NPC this year, which has been good. Yeah, helped by media coverage and so forth. That one's not straight, so Northland get a free kick out of that one. And Taranaki got to go back 10. They thought it was a scrum, but that law had changed. There's Bailey Nankivell with another touch in her first game. And there's the try scorer in the second half in jersey 17, I should say, Herbert Brown. And Taranaki get the penalty at the breakdown. Another player on the side. Northland were guilty of that early on in the game.
Yeah. That's a pretty soft penalty to give away, really, isn't it? Because they had the forward momentum, and just to come in with a bit of a lack of, skill there.
So Muggeridge to clear from her 22. Up towards the halfway line, hasn't found touch. So Northland now with a chance at halfway. What can they conjure up here as they hit the 10-metre line? Nankivell. Off it goes into the backs. Taranaki need to make their tackles. Nankivell up from fullback. In fact, that was McCartney, the centre. Running on to it now. Nankivell in jersey 21. Clears it away. Jersey 22 is Kapo. And 16 is Murray, Poto Murray. And it's been knocked on, though. Again, both teams guilty of that. A few mistakes.
To be fair, the wind can be awkward with passing. The wind gets hold of the ball and can shift its trajectory and make it a little bit difficult.
So jersey 18, Mediana Anderson.
16 too, is it?
Yeah, Caitlin Hunger on debut out of the Inglewood Club and come through the Taranaki under-16 system as well last year. So there are definitely pathways for women in both of these provinces and around the country as well.
Yeah. That's good to see, because you want to give them something to strive for, don't you? If they can see a goal at the end of the tunnel, so to speak.
So Northcott, Wehiroa to feed in jersey 21 for the Amber and Blacks. And there's the shunt coming again from Northland, but Taranaki managed to control it at the back of it there. A little run there. Jersey 23 is Kara Katane on debut out of the Okaiawa Club. So, number of players in both teams on debut. And Northland steal it. Elia, who scored a try in the first half, doing the business at the breakdown. That pass coming across from Crystal Murray. And here's Brooke Nielsen running away with it. Again, she needs some support. The tackle there from Tupe. Northcott Wehiroa. Moffat. Off it goes to Poindestry. Bumping off one. Up towards the 22 they go, Taranaki.
She did well to get that back, though. In danger of losing that.
Moffat to Kartene. Ball is bobbling along the ground. Good pass there to Barber. It came from Mugridge. Moffat goes in and plays half-back. That was Butler with a tip-on. Northcott Wehiroa on to Moffat, controlling play. The captain is O'Brien. Northland have stolen it though. Yeah, good work at the breakdown. Murray goes in and tries to get it. I think Taranaki, there's a couple each way there, I think.
Yeah.
And good work by both teams at the breakdown, but no one can secure it. Nankivell with a first run for her. A few touches. Ball is loose. Decide to play on though. Jersey 23 is Walters Hewson for Northland Cody. Poto Murray runs it up. Poindestry trying to get over the ball. Nankivell with a dummy and spots a bit of space. Gardner Harrison makes the tackle. In fact, it's been turned over again, has it? It would have, but there was a knock on there and back play, so they'll come back. So
probably one of the messiest periods of the game, actually, wasn't it?
Turnovers all over the place.
Tiredness might be setting in now too. First game, it's always going to be difficult near the end of the game. Some players will be glad for a bit of an injury break. Number 8 for Taranaki's coming off. Poindestry, is it? Is she coming off? She's been impressive, actually. She's made quite a few good runs today. They're just waiting for a replacement.
And Lionel Shaw and the sub-controllers will be making sure the right players come on at the right time.
Lionel's only been doing that since about 1935, hasn't it?
He's been around. He keeps stats as well.
Yeah.
On those appointments.
Great man. Great man. For
servant, yeah.
Rugby needs all those sort of people, don't it?
Absolutely. So Phoenix Fraser's on in Jersey 22. Out of the Tukapa club. Made the squad last year. Got a rugby league background as well. And makes her debut today.
That's a better scrum from Taranaki.
Northland have possession inside their half. It was McCartney with a flat ball over to Nankivell, and now they're in some space again.
Great tackle.
And it's loose there, and Barber cleans it up. Can't contain it at the back there, Northland, so Taranaki pounce on any opportunity. Northcott Wehiroa off to Moffat. Laid back for Northcott Wehiroa again. And number 16 for Taranaki is Caitlin Hunger. Northcott Wehiroa. Moffat again. Barber, the usual suspects involved for Taranaki in the back line. Trying to get over the ball is Poto Murray. But Taranaki still have it. Cry of the play being offside. And yes, the referee has spotted that. AR's making the call probably. And under advantage, they'll come back for the offside. And they did jump out of the line very quickly, didn't they? Yeah. Did the Northland defence.
Taranaki's inside back, the trio of Rosie Moffat, Danielle Mugridge and Zita Barber, they've had some good moments in this game. So it's about building combinations. So if they can stick together for the rest of the season, I'm sure they're going to get better and better.
Taranaki Bulls have got out to a 41-24 lead over Northland.
Game over.
35-17 Wellington over Waikato. And in the other two Farah Palmer Cup games, 22-0 Wellington over Tasman and Auckland Storm 31-21 over Waikato. So plenty still going on, and the old My Sky is getting its work out as the season goes on. As back here at the gully where Northland lead 43-17. Nielsen stole that one at the line out. Whoops. And Taranaki now have it. And Northland trying to get over the ball, but they can't get that one. The support player's good. Northcott, Weheroa. Moffat, flat pass to Barber. Coming up out of the line is Turney for Northland. Again, Taranaki up towards the advantage line. Goes Moffat. Northcott, Weheroa. In fact, there's Moffat there. Big charging run from Anderson.
Well done. Made it nicely.
And she loves to run the ball up and smash people. Taranaki now. Here's Mugridge. Down the outside they go. Leathers cuts back in field and it just goes out. Good play, good momentum there for Taranaki, but they just ran out of space.
Taranaki are going to end up being well beaten today, but they've shown enough. They've some good passages of play to be encouraged for the rest of the season, you know. So even though the scoreboard will say they're going to get beaten, they've had some promising parts of the game.
And they've scored a couple of good tries too, which is the main thing. And they can build on that performance. As their set piece a little bit better in the second half, and in saying that they get bundled out into touch. It's Caitlin Hunger, but they go quickly through Murray. And referee says no, that the line out is formed, and they'll come back for the throw. Great to have someone like Crystal Murray coming off the bench for Northland. Of course, played Super Rugby O-Picky for the Blues, Hurricanes and the Chiefs. 14 tests for the Black Ferns. And such a prominent player, as this one is not straight. So this time Northland having some woes at set piece.
Yeah. We'll talk about Taranaki. Northland will be happy with their performance too, you know. As I say, they didn't win the game last year, relegated from the Premiership, so we've been looking for a start like this.
They have been, and they'll walk away with a good win here.
Yeah.
With just over 5 minutes to play at the Gully Ground at New Plymouth Boys. Here's Anderson again up over the halfway line. She makes a lot of impact when she comes on. Ball is there for Northcott Weheroa, and players off her feet, so she can't win that. Got to support your own body weight, but they're not making around. They want some more points here, Taranaki. Here's Nielsen. Herbert Brown and others having to make the tackle. There's still messy play here. The ball has come out, and I think this could be a card here. Too many penalties in a row. And Matt McEwen, the referee, is he reaching into his pocket? No, he just wants a chat.
If you've offended, and as soon as you see the ref start to head towards it, we might as well keep walking, mate.
Yeah. So we're not mic'd up, so we don't know what he's saying, but I can imagine it would be about the number of penalties.
Yeah. But you usually see that every game as well, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And being up here, you can sort of tell something is going to happen because of the trend that's developing in front of you.
So how many, there wouldn't be a set amount, but how many do you sort of say, that this is enough, I've had enough of this, next one's going to go?
3 successive ones, you've got to probably do something.
Yeah.
It's contextual, though.
I suppose if they're more cynical, the more cynical they are as well.
Close to the line,
the
less patience you have. Is this time, Taranaki coughed one up at line-out time. Northland in their own 22 will look to clear. Nankerville goes back to Crystal Murray. She puts the ball on her right foot. This one hasn't found touch. So Taranaki can wind up through Leathers. Murray chases and makes the tackle. Good play there from the Northlander. And it's Hopapa going in and playing halfback. Moffat over the top it goes. Jersey 23 is Katane again with another touch since she's come on. Northcott Weheroa clears it away to Moffat. Over it goes to Barber. Now Mugridge puts the boot to ball, and slipping is Nankerville.
I don't think it was the right option to kick there.
No, she had a player on the outside, didn't she? Barber makes a good tackle, and immediately she goes onto the ball. She could have the turnover here, and she gets it.
She's probably been Taranaki's best player, actually, Barber. She's made some good runs, and that's a good turnover.
Again, they're not mucking around. They don't want to go to a line-out. They want more than that. They want 5 points, but that's good work there at the breakdown. Murray to Nankerville. In some space they go. Jersey 23 is Walters Hewson. Scored a try in the second half for Northland, and a penalty goes the other way. And it may have been pulling the half back, as it could be Catherine Butler questioning the decision, not happy, and can't do much about that though when she disagrees.
It would be boring for you as a ref if everyone agreed with you all the time, wouldn't it?
It would be. Yeah. So, 2.5 minutes to play here at the Gully Ground. Northland 43-17, 7 tries to 3. And that kick didn't really go the distance, did it? But they've still got it back, and it's going to be a penalty. I think pulling down on the arm is the call from Matt McEwen. They can take a quick tap, but they're off the mark. Any line-out infringements on the 15?
I was just going to say they have to move in, don't they?
Northland want to try before we go to full time. And Nankerville will clear. That's Bailey Nankerville in 21. Out of the Mohi Rewa club. And that kick found a little bit more distance on that occasion. And it will be Poto Murray to throw. Captain of her club team, Te Rarawa.
Oh, that's a good line out.
Good platform to build off here for Northland. In the back line it goes. A couple of touches there, Tupai. And they lay it back for Nankerville. Taranaki needing to make their tackles. That's Paparoa up towards the halfway line. It could be stolen. Gardner Harrison, in fact. It could be Catherine Butler. It was, but Northland have managed to get it back. Murray now showing the ball in two hands. They're in some space here, Northland. It's been knocked on. Walters Hewson was looking for two.
Yeah.
And knocks the ball on.
Definitely lost opportunity there. It's interesting, Crystal Murray, although she's a front row, she plays first 5'8" quite a bit, doesn't she?
Versatility.
Yeah.
And it looks like she's playing in the forwards today, but we saw her kick before. Not every day you see a front rower or a forward kicking the ball downfield, do you?
They used to get horribly growled at if they did. Yeah.
And Northland on the charge. And they would love to put the icing on the cake just before the break. Poto Murray, another couple of good touches over the top. And it is Nankerville up from fullback. Passes on the outside there. And immediately inside the 22. Nankerville, that's Bailey Nankerville. Off it goes to Herbert Brown. Difficult player to take down. Bailey Nankerville running onto it. Again, just so easy. Just so easy for Northland. And they will wrap up this performance with a try right on full time.
That's a good try. She came from outside in. Ran on a good angle here. Just have a look here. Here she coming. You can see her coming now. Yeah, right on the angle. Very well done. That was good thinking. She spotted that early on and decided to run on that angle, and a nice individual try.
And an opportunity just before full time to pick up the half century with a conversion to come. 48-17 is the score here. 8th try for Northland. And it will be Hewson Stowers with probably the last play of the game, with a conversion attempt. It's been a lovely afternoon here at the Gully. Thanks to New Plymouth Boys High School for hosting us. There's a chance here to get the half century. No, they don't. And it won't be full time. The referee still has time. So
I don't think either team would be happy with that, would they? They had enough.
So 48-17. And it will be Danielle Mugridge to get play back underway in the shade here at the Gully. She goes to that far side. It's a high kick. And Murray is there to greet it. Trying to get around a couple of defenders. It's been knocked on there. And maybe one last throw of the dice here for the home team.
There's a bit of a loose offload there by Crystal Murray. And she's hurt herself.
Yeah, she has.
It's punishment for her.
Yeah, it looks like she's clutching onto her left ankle.
That is annoying. Like the game's over and you thought it was full time and you get injured, and that very annoying.
That got to annoy you, absolutely. Yep. As the other games not too far away from completing too. Auckland Storm 31-21 lead over Waikato, and the Wellington Pride 34-5 over Tasman. And in the Bunnings NPC, Taranaki 46-24 over Northland, and Wellington 35-24 lead over Waikato at the moment. So that's the state of play. Of course, some other games due to be played in the Bunnings Farah Palmer Cup this weekend in the first round. Cunnings Manukau and Bay of Plenty next. That's tomorrow, along with Canterbury and Manawatu. In fact, Otago play Harbour too. So 3 games on tomorrow and a very packed rugby schedule with both the Bunnings NPC and the Farah Palmer Cup going alongside each other. So Taranaki here at the Gully, trailing 48-17. That was Leathers. She lays it back for Northcott Weheroa. Moffat, who's played well today on her debut match, all the time in the world, distributes, and it's a little bit scrappy, but Taranaki through Coogan. Northcott Weheroa again. Northern defence coming up smartly. Gardner-Harrison to Barber. Jersey 22 is Phoenix Fraser for the visiting side. Anderson, big roar goes up from the crowd. They love her here in Taranaki. Northcott Weheroa again. Northland having to make their tackles late in this match. Northcott Weheroa getting over the ball to Moffat. Barber again. Scored a try in the first half. In fact, it was the first one for Taranaki.
Taranaki going backwards here a bit.
Yeah, not going anywhere yet. And so Caitlin Hunger, another one on debut, runs it up over the halfway line.
And knock on.
Yeah, Anderson knocks it on.
Yeah.
And that could be time here. Yeah, it will be. Maddie McEwen, the referee, signals full time here at the Gully Ground at New Plymouth Boys High School. And Northland continue their unbeaten record against Taranaki, winning this match here by 48 points to 17.
Thoroughly deserved winners, Northland. They'll be very happy with their start to the season. But I don't think Taranaki should be too discouraged. They had enough promising phases in the game to give them encouragement for the rest of the season. But well done to Northland, and they will be happy with their start.
Well, it was 24-12 at half-time to Northland. Northland eventually scored 8 tries to 3. And Taranaki, as you say, there were some moments there of brilliance, some frustration there as well. But as you say, a good platform for them to work on, and they will march on and play North Harbour away next Saturday afternoon before they're home against Tasman, and Northland will play Tasman at home and then away to Otago. That's a big trip down there.
It's a long trip, isn't it?
A long trip, a couple of flights. But some final thoughts, Kevin, before we wrap things up here from the Gully?
A good day for women's rugby, I think. Northland, as I say, relegated last year from the Premiership. Taranaki have yet to win a game last year and today, but there's enough promise there to give them encouragement. So it was a good game to watch, actually. Some very good individual tries were scored. Nankivell from Northland and Muggeridge from Taranaki scored. They were 2 really good individual tries, but good game of rugby. Well done to both teams.
Well, that wraps up our coverage here from the Gully Ground at New Plymouth Boys High School, where Northland scoring 8 tries to 3, winning this match comfortably by 48 points to 17. My name's Will Johnston. Mā te wā.